Well, hello, my friends. I am here to share the last 10 pages of my Pumpkin Inferno album. For those of you who haven't seen the other videos of layout shares, I went to Upper Canadian Village in Canada in October of 2024 to see Pumpkin Inferno, which is displays of carved pumpkins, and each area has its own little description, and so I'm just going to share with you the last few layouts. And this first one was called Lover's Lane, and it says, "Nothing says romance like a Parisian night with the stars. Can you name all these famous couples as you stroll through this love-struck lane?" And so here we see, Eiffel Tower in Paris. Nothing says romance like Paris. And here is hubby Jay, and this is me, Colleen. We're in front of the Eiffel Tower. That was about the best photo we could get that night. You can kind of see our faces. And here is Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta from the movie Grease. Here at the very top, this strip of tickets was washi tape that I put on white paper, and then I fussy cut it out so it would look like little tickets. And this is, right here, is a big Simple Stories banner. I have, and I'm sure you've seen them, pages of those sticker sheets, and I've always wanted to try to use one, and I was able to use it here. This page is kind of my own design because I really wanted to use that banner, and I cut out Lover's Lane and use that as a photo mount because that's the title of this display. Use this very old Mrs. Grossman's Eiffel Tower sticker, so I was glad to use that up. And then the companion page to this, we see more famous couples. We see Romeo and Juliet, and we see, this looks like Cher and Sonny Bono to me. And this one I'm not familiar with. Maybe perhaps it's a famous Canadian couple. Maybe Moira can tell us, or one of our other Canadian friends. And here is more of that big sticker sheet, and the cute couple of dogs and some hearts. All of these were carved out of pumpkins, so this was just totally amazing, and we loved every minute of this. The next part of the Pumpkin Inferno was Flamingo Fiesta, and it says, the little description says, "Has the cooler weather got you down? No need for a plane ticket. Grab your flip-flops and we'll meet you at this tropical oasis." And so there was flamingos and palm trees. Now this page design comes from Page Maps, September 2024. And you got one piece of paper in the back, a block of paper, and another block of paper. And of course I was able to pull out all my flamingo stickers and some pineapple stickers and some sequins and some little gems and palm trees, and so that looked very tropical to me. You'll see most of my layouts are bordered. I just kind of like that. It kind of contains the photo for me. And the companion page to this, the Flamingo Fiesta, it actually has the title, and I think that might be a hibiscus, but I'm not sure. A tropical drink and pineapples. And this page design came from Page Maps, March of 2024. I drew the circle in, and then I used used up the sticker sheet that I had with this, and some strips of paper and a block of paper, pineapples, and so that was Flamingo Fiesta. It was very colorful, very pretty, very nice to see. And the next display area was called Ornate Owls. And this is a grid design, obviously. Yeah, it's a grid design, but it's one of my go-to designs. It's one that I used for a long, long time. I have some stickers here that are creative memories, older ones. And these owls, the ornate owls, it says, "Who doesn't love the beauty of owls? Look upon our artistic renditions of some Canadian owls and have a hoot of a time." So I thought that was quite fun. These owls were beautiful. They were colorful. I loved the colors. And here's hubby at a photo op, checking out his wingspan compared to the owl. And so that was one of the really favorite displays for me. I just loved the colors, the pinks and the purples and the yellows. That was one of my favorite. Here was some photo ops that hubby and I are actually in. And first you see here is, it was a wall and it was a bunch of frames, and then there's hubby in one of the frames, and here's a close-up of a couple of the faces he made, and I put stickers like spooky and booyah and creep it real and creepy. And here is another photo op that they had, and this is sunflowers and apples, and up here this pretty sunflower or a beautiful sunflower or a crazy lady. Probably more of a crazy lady that took hundreds of photos. That's me. And then they had a screen projector, and you could go and you could make various shadows. And so this is Jay being very spooky, very spooky. I thought that was so cool, the shape that he made, and so I liked that. This particular page was my design. I'm just using up scraps, basically. Strips of paper left over from other pages that I've done, and so I was glad to use some of them up. And then the very last display, and the most spectacular display, was the Pirates of the St. Lawrence. And the description says, "Ahoy, matey! X marks the spot where Captain Jack is off searching for treasure. Quick! While he's distracted, it's time for your own pirate adventure. Hop aboard the ship and batten down the hatches. You become the captain tonight, so find some eye patches. But watch your step, you're no Johnny Depp. To be frank, one wrong move and you'll be walking the plank." And so you may not realize it from this photos, but that ship was huge. It was big enough for you to walk into and enter and see other displays. And so kind of in front of it is a photo op, and you see hubby. He's piloting the ship and pretending there's a storm, and so I got a couple good photos of him there. And for this, it's my design. I only had one sheet of this paper, and so I wanted to stretch it between the two layouts, and then I pulled out all the pirate ephemera that I had, or embellishments that I had, and a lot of them come from Echo Park. And so I like yo ho ho, a pirate's life for me, aye aye captain. I wrote, Jay is enjoying the photo op and to be steering the boat. Well, is he piloting or steering it? Well, he's not driving it. You drive a car. I think you pilot a boat. Okay, and so it says a pirate's life for me and ahoy matey. So I really enjoyed putting that page together. And then it has a companion page and a photo insert. So we can look at the companion page and then we'll look at the photo insert. So this says pirates only, all others will have to walk the plank. And these photos are displays that are inside the ship. So you actually walk inside the ship and walk around. I mean, there's lots of space, and these are all window displays inside the ship. Of course, every pirate ship has to have a parrot. And here's, looks like Captain Jack or one of his companions. And you see a table set with food and drink. And there's the pirate map. And my journaling is, this pirate ship was amazing. You could walk inside, and all these photos are the pumpkin carvings that were actually inside. It was the last display, and what a spectacular way to end an exceptional evening. Jay loved the surprise road trip and adventure in Canada. We did not have to walk the plank. Whew! Thank goodness we did not have to walk the plank. So that was actually inside the ship. And then, let's see if I can move this for a minute. This is the photo insert of I took a close-up of the sails of the ship, and this is the whole entire ship itself. And like I said, you can walk in there. It was amazing. This is the big fish in front of it and the water. This is all carved from pumpkins. Very, very amazing. And I'm sorry if there's a glare on this. And then they had outside, looks like Captain Jack maybe and Jack Sparrow dueling with their swords, fighting perhaps, walking the plank. And then here we have someone that's been captured, and actually looks like a couple people there captured. And here we have the treasure chest. Of course, got to have a treasure chest when you're talking about a pirate ship. And so that one more layout, let me put it back here for you. This is the end. And so here you see exit sign and the pumpkin carving showing you to exit. And this page is from day 3 of Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches with Christy Beautiful Life, Series 18, Day 3, and the sketch was designed by Valerie Spencer, and she had a photo and a journaling spot, and then 3 embellishments across the top. And Valerie Spencer can be found at @scrappy_librarian. So that's the very last page in my album, and I counted the pages, and there are 60 pages in this album. And so I thank you for watching the last little bit of my Pumpkin Inferno, and now I'm moving on to other layouts and other albums, and I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. I hope you will subscribe. I hope you will come back to my channel, and I hope that you have lots of time to get into your crafty space and to scrap or create, and I hope that you have a lovely day. Bye, friends.